Okay guys, so getting ready to descend. Brought the gravel bike today, and I normally wouldn't bring my gravel bike up here like I was saying earlier, but I wanted to check my power meter, and this is part 2 of the power meter test. I guess it's not really part 2 because I'm not going to be testing the power as much as just kind of tracking with my Garmin and tracking it on Strava and stuff like that, because I've already tested myself on the way up and I don't know what the results are. But there's a couple ways you can track, and this is testing with my Polar Vantage V2 heart rate monitor. There's a cycling test on there, and you could do 3 different time tests for cycling. You could do 20, 40, or 60. And I did the 20, but I should have done the 40. And I mean, it's all based, it'll average it to the 60 for the overall data, because your power data is based on a 60-minute power curve. I don't know if that's the right term, but anyway, I let some air out of these tires. Again, I'm using these Schwalbe tires, and it feels really nice with the air out. I didn't have them air down as much on the way up, but I think next time I'll do that. I'll even air them down on the way up. So it's already 7:20, and it's going to be light until about 7:45. So I still got plenty of daylight to get out of here. Plus I have my light. I really love that new light that I got for gravel. It's perfect. And it's right underneath my Garmin. I would never have a Garmin this big on my mountain bikes, but on my gravel bike, I'm okay with it. I just don't like big, bulky computers on my mountain bikes. The smallest one they make is the 130, and that's the one I have on my mountain bike. Of course, I went years, all I did was have my watch. And if you look back on my old videos, I used to just mount my watch on the handlebars, and that's a cool way to do it too, because you could still use your external heart rate monitor strap and not have to worry about capturing your heart rate data with the wrist mount. But those early watches didn't even have the wrist mount, the wrist capture of the heart rate. I had to use the straps. If you guys know the old Garmin's, even the old Cat Eyes that I very first used had the heart rate monitor strap. That was a Cat Eye HB100. So I'm dating myself, you guys. But there's lots of heart rate monitors out there. The Lezyne has some. Not that I've ever used anything but from Lezyne, but the lights and the pumps and stuff. There's other companies that make some. I don't feel as comfortable bombing down some of this technical stuff on these tires. I feel like I'm pushing it to the edge, you know, pinch flat. So I'm going to go a little bit slow here because it's pretty chunky. There's going to be some chunkier sections down below too. I do feel like I got plenty of braking if I need to slam on the brakes. If I want to just like that, I could easily slam on the brakes and I'm fine. When you get down in the ruts too with these skinnier tires, you feel like you can get your wheel kind of bent over. And I've had plenty of those crashes where I've kind of wedged my front wheel, and you know what happens when you wedge your front wheel, it just sends you flying. Yeah, yeah, this is fine. This is fine for gravel, especially for these tires. They're definitely handling this part. It's just the chunkier sections that I feel like you're a little bit in over your head. Plus, I really have a lot of trail knowledge, you guys. That's trail knowledge, of knowing your local trails, and you guys that have been riding your same stuff for a while. That helps out a lot, and that's why I've been able to ride so many different kind of bikes here, with between my rigid single speed to my gravel bike like I have now. I mean, because I was starting to ride these trails a long time ago with a hardtail, a rigid geared hardtail with cantilever brakes. So I'm not as old as Gary Fisher, but I can relate to what those guys were riding, because my very first bike was a Gary Fisher. It's a Gary Fisher Kai Tai. I didn't get the Grateful Dead edition frame. I wish I would have, because that one was definitely a really nice decorated frame. But I just got the regular version, and I never got the original Bontrager frames. Those were pretty cool. My friend restored one, and it looked really nice. So I like nostalgic stuff like that. I don't think I would want to ride it necessarily on gnarly trails. It would just be for like a coffee shop ride or something like that. Anyway, I'm going to cut off my video and concentrate on the descent so I can make it out of here in one piece, and I will talk to you guys later. Thanks for watching. Just to go and show on part 2 that I went up this trail and now I'm going down it, and this is what it looks like on a gravel bike. And there's lots of you guys out there that are riding gravel bikes on Brown Mountain, and I'll put that out there, that riding a gravel bike on Brown Mountain using a power meter. And you guys let me know if you've ever used power meters, if you've ever rode your gravel bike on trails that you normally see all the local riders riding mountain bikes on, and what are your thoughts? Is it doable? Is it worth it? Or would you rather just be safer and ride your mountain bike and not have to worry about a rigid drop bar bike? And this would be another reason, if you're trying to justify buying that new Cane Creek fork, I wish that had came out before I bought this bike. I would have considered it. I still might consider it now, but I really like the fork on here because I got it. It matches and it looks nice. It's got the mounts on it. The Cane Creek, I don't think you can mount anything on it. Well, you can now. Actually, there's that. No, I don't think you can, because it's a reverse one. Because they have that Robert axle. Those Robert axle axles that have racks, old man mountain racks, that you have a longer axle that you put through your through axle, and then it has a way to mount to your fork. They'll probably figure out something, knowing those guys. They're very innovative. Matter of fact, my other bikes, this is my only bike that I don't have Robert axles. I've switched them on my other gravel bike. I've switched them on my Escar bikes, and I just, why not? I wanted to switch the axle, and I switched it out. So I like supporting those guys. They've always been great supporters of mountain biking. And the axles, I mean, come on, it's an axle, it's not that expensive. So I should have a garage sale and sell all my original axles that came with my bikes. Anyway, talk to you guys later.